Indepth Radio. Distance and Dark Side present Indepth Radio.
Welcome. Here we are, episode 13, and it feels pretty darn good. Heavyweight session lined up this episode. It's true, we've got a show full of pure fire. Pure fire! I'm kicking things off with this one by Lucy. And this one is titled correctly, it's Nasty. Big tune. So, how was your session down at the Croyd Up stage yesterday?
It was heavy. Yeah, it was wicked, man. Yeah, had a wicked time playing back to back with Chef. It was great to see everyone. Had a good chat with Chef. Had a good chat with N-Type. Yeah, saw loads of people. Old Surge was there. Nice chat with Surge. It was nice. Good vibe. People loving the tunes. What more can you want? It was nice and warm.
What's there not to love?
That's it. Rain stayed away, and it was in South London, wasn't it? So it was like a 40-minute drive. Easy.
Yeah. Well, for those that missed it like I did, let's hope it was recorded and Pokes released those sets.
Yeah, let's hope. And yeah, big up anyone who came to Eastern Electric Festival and walked over to the Croyd Up stage.
So, let's fade this one down, and up next we've got a track just about to be released on Joe Nice's Gourmet Beats label. This is titled Wizro, the VIP mix.
Produced by Boneless. Hold tight, Joe Nice, the barefooted dubstepper.
love that. So, something I am looking forward to sharing. A little bit of info for you. So, the 30th of August, which is the end of this month, we're going to be doing a one-off special Get Darker TV live stream from a rooftop in Croydon.
I don't know who that was. Someone just running the studio and...
You've been practicing that all day, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. That's what I sound like Crazy D.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, mate. It's been a little while, hasn't it? It's
Yeah,
a little
it has
mix-up,
been.
little sesh.
It'll be good fun. So, for those of you old timers like us, there was a couple of episodes that were labelled Get Drunker. Not labelled by us, our lads, but
No.
by viewers. And do you remember we was on the boat, the Get Darker boat at Outlook, and the two lads turned up with Get Drunker t-shirts?
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. I do remember that.
Years ago.
Yeah.
So they kind of got labelled that. They're good fun. They're all on YouTube. Check them out. Get Drunker. There are 3 episodes over the years, and this is going to be episode 4, 30th of August.
This Bill Gates apartment, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
He's letting us borrow his pad.
So a few people have asked, how do we get tickets to this? It's literally a live stream. If we can squeeze a few people in, we will. But at the moment, it's looking a bit ram-jammed with DJs. So what we got next?
Oh, right. So up next, another brand new offering from a label we are very much feeling. This one, forthcoming Navy Cut number 10. This one produced by Mr. K, and the track is Old Dirty. Large up the J Sparrow.
Watch me now. You know what I'm saying? Watch me now.
Hello, this is The Others, and my banger in the bag is Slugfest by SPMC, which is out any day now on Century Records. It's got that kind of LB Ghost Recordings early forward kind of vibe, which I personally really love. So big up SP. He doesn't often make tunes, but when he does, they are indeed always bangers.
That is a banger in the bag.
Yeah. Out to the others. Hold tight, SPMC. I actually, I saw him last night. He popped down to Festival and he was telling me about this little cheeky number.
So yeah. Slugfest is the title. Century 11 forthcoming.
Yeah. Hold tight, youngster.
It's like a dark, old school garagey kind of.
Reminds me of Zeb Bias used to do stuff under an alias called Deluke. I think it was. There's one called Superfly, and it was on Soldier. This reminds me of that. Yeah. Hold tight, Zeb Bias as well, if you're listening.
Right, let's fade this down. Got something else brand new lined up on the next deck.
Show me.
So this one, Motus, AD and Shivers. Semtex is the title. And this is the Motus remix.
Bang.
And that one's working the subweight.
Nicey.
We got the monsters on that. So up next we've got lined up something that's forthcoming. It's the instrumental mix of a forthcoming track from Skepta. Check it out.
Heavy. Entitled Love Me Not.
And the vocal version has got Skepta featuring Cheb Rybgy and man like Be Live.
Be Live.
Yeah, the original Don Be Live. AKA
He was a
Evil
Don.
B for
That
those
was one
you
of-
D&B heads.
That was actually one of my dreams, was to have him host a set when I used to play Garage. Never happened, sadly. So there we go. He never answered my calls. Do a little garage beat in it.
Yeah. I'm sure it sounded more grimy in the headphones, but yeah, it's more garagey.
Yeah, we like garage though. Everyone loves garage.
Right, into this next one then.
Oh, something fresh from the phone plate. Forthcoming, is it? Forthcoming?
Yeah, I think it is. And it's called King Size. Must be named after himself.
Yeah.
Plant Power 005. I believe this is still forthcoming.
Check it.
This week on Indepth Radio, I finally managed to get Rygby on the phone. What's happening, brother?
Yeah, same old, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Not too bad. Just my kids have just come home, so we might get some weird screaming and children asking for daddy. So
yeah, live TV style. Yeah, nice.
That's it. So for those that don't know, tell us a bit about your history. Like, I know you've had your first release was on Encrypted, and you've also featured on a few other labels. So yeah, what's been out already of yours?
Yeah, so I mean, like, I've been doing the kind of like making 140 for like a little bit of time now. I did like a video recently where I kind of like went back through it, and I mean the vast majority of the stuff I released to begin with, like the first kind of like 3 or 4 years, I look back at it now and I wouldn't really play much of it, but I think big turning point. I signed with Duckblock in I think 2016 now, and had my first record with them, which was like, you know, a big moment for me. And then since then I've done another record with Duckblock and then White Peach most recently, which all of which I was really stoked on, man. So just kind of building up a bit of a portfolio or something like that. Cool.
I mean, because your style is obviously takes like influence from like hip hop and kind of trappy sound. Would I be right in saying that? Yeah,
definitely. I'd agree for sure. Like it's kind of recently, especially within the last kind of like year or 18 months or something, like that has become quite a key point of you know, songwriting for me. But I don't know, I feel like a lot of you know, I try to kind of go through phases, you know, like I have a period where that's like a sound that's prevalent, and then I'll get into something else. Like at the moment, frankly, what I'm really starting to become quite interested in is this sort of like Stranger Things aesthetic, you know, this really sort of like pastiche, like 80s sort of sound. Is, I don't know, that's kind of something that I've been writing in my time.
Yeah, I mean that's something I've always been in love with, so I can totally relate to that. I always kind of I always find myself trying to or whenever I stumble across something that, you know, these kind of lush old 80 pads, I can't.
It's so much, isn't it? When you get that right one and you're just playing a few little chords and it's just like, wow, I feel like the opening of some film, some cheesy, like, I don't know, like Knight Rider or something. I just love it.
You've also got a release coming up very soon on Encrypted, ENV 022. How did that come about? You know, how would you say you progressed from where you started to like this release that's coming up now?
I mean, what I was happy with about this one was it's fairly like focused, you know. I've always struggled, I'd say, not struggled, but something that I, listening back to previous releases, feel is I'll often put too many different ideas in the pot, you know, and I'll kind of like have a lot of different things going on, and it can become a bit like diffuse, you know, like what's the main meaning of the song. But I felt like with this release, I really managed to pare it down, so it's kind of like just a main melody or something that's really kind of the driving force, and then everything else that if I felt it was unnecessary, I kind of cut it off.
Cool.
And when I listen back to it, I'm pretty happy with it in that regard.
What are you using at the moment to produce on? Like, what's your DAW?
So I go with Logic Pro, man. I've always kind of been, I started like, I've got like a little machine micro that I kind of occasionally mess around with, but I just, I've toyed with the idea of going to different DAWs and different bits of software, but I don't know, once you have your workflow and you know how to use a single bit of software quickly, I just feel like changing channel can be just slow and frustrating in a way. Like I can bang out my ideas like quickly in Logic, and just from the years of using it sort of thing. So I rate it.
A lot of people, I think, you know, the thing they first started using is normally what they tend to stick with, for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, although I have messed around with Ableton a bit, and I do like that one. I feel like, I don't know, what do you use?
Well, I've always used Cubase, but I've actually, in the last kind of 2 years, I've been toying with Ableton and Machine, and but definitely, I kind of moved all of my stuff onto a laptop around Christmas time, but I've been writing mainly on Ableton since I've done that, just because I don't know, really, like I just kind of felt it'd be interesting to have this whole new studio experience of having the laptop and then trying to use a different DAW just to see what came out, really. But I've been really enjoying it, you know.
Yeah, it's a bit of fresh perspective, man. And I feel like Ableton, when I've used it, it's like certain things are so like quick. Like one thing, I was with like Samba recently writing some stuff, and he works in Ableton and uses Machine and kind of, it's just so quick. And to do something like to you know, pitch your drums and make sure your drums are all in tune, like Ableton is so good for that. And Logic, like not to talk it down, I love it dearly, but for me, the pitching in Logic is dreadful, mate. Dreadful.
Yeah. No, I mean, Cubase has come leaps and bounds since I first started using it, but it seems like they now are trying to incorporate a lot of the good features about, you know, like from software like Ableton, you know, like they're audio editing now is crazy, you know. So it's so I kind of juggle between the two, but I kind of always end up mixing in Cubase just because I feel safer doing it in there.
I feel like Ableton, that's the one thing. It's like very creative, but I don't know, Logic as well, I think in the same way as Cubase, it's quite like numbers driven, you know. You can really get into like nitty gritty for like mixing and, you know, stems and that sort of stuff. I would always just go in Logic with it.
You've also started this new kind of YouTube venture, the Reality Check.
Yeah.
What spurred you on to start that?
I mean, I feel like even in like a wider sense these days, it's sort of like to be kind of like successful in a sort of creative pursuit, it's good to sort of like come at it from a lot of different angles. And I started to feel like as a producer and as a DJ, I was almost like casting myself as just like a bit of a like voiceless, like I was just releasing tunes and posting stuff up, but it's sort of like you never really give people a chance to actually see what you're about and see what you're actually like as a person. I thought like I'd like to kind of like get into that a bit more as well. And I don't know, I mean, the more different avenues you go down, I feel like the more chances there are to sort of like pull together a whole career out of lots of smaller parts or something, you know. So but just a bit of fun mainly as well. Like I really enjoy doing it. Like I'm planning to like talk about a lot of things which aren't just strictly music. Like I've had some people messaging me like, oh man, I'm trying to learn how to write like music better and stuff, so I'm going to start watching your videos. And I'm like laughing to myself thinking like, bloody hell, good luck if you're going to watch those videos and think it's going to teach you how to write music, man.
But it's funny what you know, you'd be surprised I guess what people take from those kind of videos, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
But even if it's the fact that you're not taking it, or you know, or it appears that you're kind of just taking it as a bit of fun and that you're not so strict. And because I think some of the videos on YouTube, you know, people are so like specific and like this is how you do this and blah blah blah, you know. And I think in a way it can actually hinder people's progression because they almost think like there's these strict guidelines when really, you know, you can just kind of do whatever as long as it sounds good to you, you know. Then
mate, 100%. You know, I always think this, like, people, I think, can get quite hung up on, you know, proper best practice and the idea of, like, there's a way of doing things and there's a way of not doing things. And obviously, to an extent, there's certain things which are, like, faux pas, like, in terms of, you know, you don't slam it in the red in your mixers and stuff, like. But, you know, I think it's about the end result with writing tunes, isn't it? And if the tune and the finished product sounds good, then it really doesn't matter how you get there. I mean, that's what I try to tell myself anyway when I'm looking at my project. Like, what the hell am I doing?
yeah, for sure. That's cool, man. So, what was the other question I was going to ask you? If you had to pick one tune that kind of made you think, yeah, I need to write beats. Like, there's something in me. Like, this tune has just made me realise that I need to produce music. What would that tune be? And obviously, it doesn't need to be dubstep. It can be anything.
Well, when I was first messing around in like making songs, I remember like basically there was a computer in my parents' house when I was like, I don't know, 14 or some shit that had a GarageBand on, and I was just messing around. And back then, what I was always trying to make was basically like, you know, like Prodigy or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
That was the first kind of electric, or like Pendulum back then when I was that age. It was like that sort of stuff that I was listening to. But I remember when I first heard Fabric Live 37. And there was like Mr. Chips and like Jehovah and you have your bloody tune on there as well, V.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, I just remember when I first heard that mix, I was like, wow, this is something that I'm gonna have to try and do, you know.
All right. I see dubstep in waves of sounds and different producers, and you're definitely part of what I would call like a new blood to the scene. Do you know what I mean? Like yourself and like Samba and Sepia and all these kind of people. And I'm guessing you've played with these guys quite a lot.
Yeah, definitely, man. We've been on the road like a bit, you know, because obviously we the Trunk Mob kind of formed from a gig that we all got booked. Like me, Samba, Sepia, Chokes, and Coma got booked for this big 5-way back-to-back. And by that point, the four of them were already sort of making tunes together. And it was this gig we went up to up in Nottingham called Pond Life, and it was like Pond Life Festival, and it was like they had sort of you know, like basically like a pub and a big kind of like beer garden. And it was, to be fair, like everyone there was getting down with it. It was a lit party, but it was just, I don't know, it was we all found a way of just like moaning and complaining and just like revving off each other, just getting like, I mean, part of what happened with that was I trusted Sheepy, Max Coma to to do the directions, and we ended up like doing a 3-hour detour. We were like headed up to like Newcastle or some madness, and I kept like looking at him in the passenger seat thinking, you're not paying attention at all, mate. I can tell. They messed it up. But yeah, that was those boys. Yeah, it's really good fun, mate. It's really, really good fun, all the shows that we've like played, and I mean like loads of other guys as well. Like I'm actually on site at Boomtown at the moment because I'm doing a bit of work here, but I'm playing with like Opus on Thursday, and like all that sort of gang as well, like the Shitty Dubstep crew. Like that's it's always good crack, man. It's a lot of passion in the scene, you know.
So you must have a funny story for me about something, about one of these guys, or a situation other than going a bit further than you did.
Oh man, I mean,
but it's hard. You're obviously, I don't know if you can or not.
Oh yeah, got to keep it sort of PG-13, and I also got to think about like who I'm telling tales on here. I mean, there was one really, really fun gig that we played up in Manchester, and so Samba couldn't make it, so the rest of us as Chunkmore went up, and it was so me, Choke, Seeker, and Coma gone up to Manchester, and Bill Opus was playing on this gig as well, and it was just the funny part about it, the gig was hilarious. We had a really good night, all got pretty pretty drunk and all that, and the next day just woken up, and I always end up, back in those days I was just driving everywhere, so I had to like get up early, I had to like shower, get myself ready. I was like, right, gonna drive it home, go and say goodbye to Bill, go into the bedroom in the Airbnb that he's staying in. Man is absolutely stark bollock naked, like with this thin ass bed sheet just draped over him, and it was just like not what I expected to see at all, heading in there. Wow. And he was just kind of like, oh yeah, okay, bye guys, just like trying, like don't know where to look, like yeah, nice one, see you, Bill.
So you know him a little bit better than all of us then?
Oh yeah, it seems so. Maybe slightly better than I would like.
Yeah. Oh look, man, it's been great having a chat with you, and best of luck with the YouTube channel. Oh yeah, so if people want to check that out, what's the channel again? So
it's Rygby UK. I think I've got it as Rygby.uk. And if you want to check it out. I mean, equally, if you want to check it out on, I always put like a trailer up on Instagram, like a little minute trailer with a link to the thing, and Rygby UK on Instagram as well. So yeah, that would be the best place for people to go.
Cool. Well, big up, mate. Thanks again, and
mate, thank you so much for having me.
No problem at all.
Yeah, larging up the Rygby. Thanks for having a little chat with us, brother. And that one, Janksy, and it's forthcoming on Encrypted ENV022. Make sure you go support that. Out to Content, out to the Deaf Blind.
That's a big track.
Oh.
So into this LX1 and Sim.
Head gets spun. Another one forthcoming. And it's dropping on LX1's new label Vantage. This will be the second release. Look out for it. Big one out to the LX1 and Sim.
That gets the in-depth approval, that, doesn't it?
It does, mate. It's got the little nice tight drum mix down as well. It's the LX1.
It's about 10 years.
So this one, not heard of this guy before. Doesn't mean you lot haven't heard of him. Just means I might be out of touch. This guy is called More of Us. Chuck is entitled Games, and this is forthcoming on White Peach, and I'm really feeling this. If you're listening, brother, send us more tunes. Large up the White Peach gang.
And the email address for those tunes is indepthradiouk@gmail.com.
makes about $100 a day when they go to work for 8 fucking hours. Can I eat? I'm about to take these numbers up off here and put my numbers in there. You get what I'm saying? So, it's gonna work. We'll definitely go back. You know? She gone.
So I just want to say thank you to everyone hitting us up in our SoundCloud comments. Really, really appreciate the feedback.
Yes. And spread the word. If there's anyone out there who you know is a dubstep fan, or maybe they were a dubstep fan and they've fallen off the wagon and lost their way in life. Let them know about Indepth Radio. We can set them straight again.
We can help them.
It's true.
Yes.
There is people out there that can help.
Get them back on track, eh?
Indeed.
So up next on the left deck, if we fade this down, we've got something from Mob Killer.
Ooh.
This one's also brand new, I believe.
Yeah, this is forthcoming as well, but I stupidly can't remember the label, so I'm sorry about that. But this one is entitled Illusionary Life. I stumbled across this producer about a year ago on SoundCloud, making some really interesting stuff. So Mob Killer, if you're listening, yeah,
big up your chests.
Now through the media, which is controlled at this particular time, they only advocate or exhibit things that is likely to them. You understand? That can benefit them, and they don't try to show you the real picture. And they don't try to show you the real picture. So but they won't show you the condition that exists. You understand? They're trying to let people live a life of illusion. An illusionary life. You understand? That when there is a more tangent reality that we must face and accept.
loving these kind of vibes.
Yeah, man. Taking us back. Just about the beats, innit?
Yeah.
All about the vibe.
Stripped back, simple, but effective.
An illusionary light.
And that hand is back in that pocket. It ain't been in the pocket all show, mate. I'm on one now.
Don't know if I like it.
Big track this. Okay, into the next one then. Exossi.
Oxoshu.
I was way wrong.
So I've been saying it wrong forever, but I heard someone else say it. I was like, that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, making some great stuff. This one got sent this a little while ago, I think, or maybe a couple of weeks ago, called Narin's Song. Big tune.
What you saying? Big love, guys. Want you to keep supporting the community, keep putting out the music you're saying. I want to tell people to go around and just love everyone, give high fives, give hugs, make people feel strange with love. Break them out of their comfort zones and make them feel comfortable, because we're all humans and we should be community. We should be communicating with each other and not treating each other like strangers. So yeah, spread love, spread vibes. Big up. Thanks, Indepth Radio.
Level. Level. Right now. Dark side business. I don't know where they're trying to run go. I know my powers, done a lot of practice hours. They're gonna beg me to allow it if I roll up squaddy or one up. Shut up. Stop the blood clot crying and get used to the pattern. You'll see your true colours when you get boxed in like the ring around Saturn. Don't bother putting up them dukes. Save that for your youths. Man, I wilder them all fresh out of the cage. What's that ant gonna do? Everybody wants to go heaven, but nobody want dead. So I slap for your whole cerebellum when I bore true rude boy. Are you dumb? You know you can't run before you walk. Nah, you can't chat before you talk. bust shanks without the core. Don't bother watch me like a whore. Don't bother watch me like a whore. No, you can't run before you walk. Yo, don't bother do it, don't run up. Nah, you can't chat before you talk. Cold outside, you will still get up. Can't bust shanks without the core. You know what, go and spend shelter. Don't bother watch me. Level. Hey, yo. Bruh, back settings, you're gonna wanna cancel that wedding. Yo, forget about retirement. You just fucked up, don't chat shit, you ain't 30. The kid of them are dying to do a man dirty. That's a bad look for a stupid move.
But the Rasta shot us them they are from
some Rasta shot us them they are at your doorstep. Blindfolding, cause you're going on a journey. Don't tell a guy you can't fuck with the system. The black bandana gang are more than worthy. So when I told them about welcome to London, they went and got it twisted, thought I was friendly. Idiot them, antisocial is how I deal with the case in the 21st century. You know you can't run before you walk. Nah, you can't chat before you talk. Can't bust shanks without the core. Don't bother watch me like a whore. Don't bother watch me like a whore. No, you can't run before you walk. Yo, don't bother do it, don't run up. Nah, you can't chat before you talk. Cold outside, you will still get up. Can't bust shanks without the core. You know what, go and spend shelter. Don't bother watch me. Level. Hey, dumb.
Special.
Love Flow Dan.
Yeah, out to Jay Kenzo. Absolutely big tune. Had it for a while, but we weren't allowed to play it. So, yeah, grab this one. I believe this is out now.
Yeah,
go support.
Yep.
Big tune.
That's cool. And if you want to see something funny, check out Sidewinder Awards 2002, and you got the Roll Deep set with Flow Dan on stage, and you see me in the crowd with a horn. Massive grime fan from Day. Right, into this next one before we get into our secret track. What do we got here?
Oh, so this is a naughty tune. Just, I don't know really, just kind of ticks all the boxes for me. Good production, deep, but still will drop on a sound system and get people moving. This one, Butternian Sound, track is entitled The 14th. Sit down, stop what you're doing, pay attention to this one.
And you heard it here first, check it out. Absolute fire. Out to Turnian Sound, still producing top music. Always delivering. It's getting to the point now, whenever something arrives in the inbox, just download it, probably play that. Never letting us down.
For sure. Out to Eric, out to Jack, out to Andrew.
So it's that time.
Wow, are we there already?
Yeah, we are.
Woo.
It's that time. It's the secret track.
That came quick.
And it's 2-1 to you, remember?
I can't remember how we score again. So is it When you don't guess it,
No.
I
so
win it.
if I guess it right, I get a point.
Ah.
So you've guessed 2 of my banger in the bag. Not banger in the bags. Too confusing. You've guessed 2 of my secret tracks. I've guessed 1 of yours.
Right.
So if I guess this correct that you're about to play,
then you'll get.
And I'll be on 2-2.
Oh, I got you. All right. Well, I think everyone knows how this works by now. If you don't know, go back and listen to previous shows.
And also, let us know. Last week it was Headhunter, Descent. A lot of people guessed the Headhunter bit. A lot of people didn't guess the Descent, including you.
Yeah, it's true.
Let us know in the comments whether you get it or not. Be honest with us. We've got no Google here. It's purely listened. And the rules are it has to have been released on a label.
True. And have a go and have a little. I mean, if you do you want to try and be honest with yourselves and us, try and have a little guess on SoundCloud when it's actually playing. Do you know what I mean? Don't listen to the show and go, oh yes, it was.
Yes, I guess that. Yeah. Right,
here we go then, mate.
Nervous.
Fresh in
you
your
said
ears.
you said it was a big one.
Oh, it is. It's one that I'd forgotten about.
Right, let's check it out. I'm nervous now.
Go.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, if you dropped this one on me, it would have done my head in.
You've got me so far. No clue yet.
It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one.
How old is this?
This could be 2008, maybe earlier. I'm not sure. Could be 2007, 6. Still not dropped either.
No, that's what I'm waiting for. When it first started, I was like something like Oris J or something like that, but then talking myself out of the Oris J-ness now. Too gritty. Right, here we go. Lace up your boots. Let me know if you would get this, because I'm stuck at the moment.
Oh, something's changed. Don't watch it, might be my file. My file.
Well, it is a pretty old MP3 or something by now, isn't it? Mate, you've got me on this.
Told ya, it's a tricky one.
I can't even guess the... I'm trying to think of some wild guesses, but I'm trying to think, who the hell is that? But you know what it just makes you think of? Just turn the lights off. Like turn the system up a little bit. And just lose your mind. Like literally the forward days.
It's one of them ones, it was kind of like a big tune, but it kind of got missed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's one of them ones.
Big forward tune. Or not?
I think it was, yeah. I think it was quite heavily supported. It's a name some people will be like, of course, and some people will be like, who's that? I think a lot of new people new to the scene in the last 5 years will be like, never heard of him.
So the only...
Although that could be an insult to the guy, but
well, that rules out the only idea. It's not Vexed, is it? But Vexed was 2 guys, wasn't it?
It's true.
Fucking big track though. But mate, you've done me. Come on.
Right, you ready?
I'll give in, yeah.
This is Matty G.
Oh shit.
Called Bitter Love. On Argon. His label, wasn't it? Was it his label, Argon?
I think, yeah. I think it was.
So yeah, mate. Matty G.
Big up Matty
little
G.
Matty G gem. He obviously did the big 50 hertz, wasn't it?
Yeah.
50,000.
No, watts, not hertz.
Watts? Was it watts?
Watts,
Oh yeah,
50,000 watts.
50, well, it could be 50,000 hertz. Why not?
50,000.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
I think-
Oh, do you want the loafer
yeah.
remix of that?
Yeah, stomper.
There
There you go. So, if it's the first time you heard of something from Matty G, original stateside dubstep producer, check him out. He had some releases. Didn't he do some stuff with Dub Police as well?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
He was involved with them guys for sure.
So, it remains 2-1. I think I've let the side down there on that.
Will we ever?
But that's good education.
It's true. This is why I thought I picked this one as well, because I think a lot of people may not have heard of Matty G and may not have ever heard of this tune.
So what's the title?
Bitter Love.
Bitter Love, yeah.
Yep. There we go. On Argon Sound. I was either Argon Sound or Argon Beats, something like that.
Yeah. Right, that's us done. So we'll be back in 2 weeks' time with episode 14.
Till then, stay safe.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Peace.
Indepth Radio. Indepth Radio.